Richician.
Come there.
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 73. And if you're wondering why the hell I'm all dressed up smart,
Birthday!
yes, it is Emma's birthday, at least at the time of recording. We just opened up another presents, and pretty soon we will be going out to dinner.
And I'm trashing your...
It's alright. Everyone wish her birthday wishes in the comments. Before I read out what was actually put in last week's episode, have you thought?
Did you not hear that?
No.
You'll have to wind it back and listen to it when you're done.
I vaguely heard. Oh my god.
That'll get you, will it?
So, yeah, I actually found some questions that were submitted like over a month ago, which were held for review. That's not great. I don't know why they've been held for review, but I might as well just read those out first. They're all questions from Yu-Gi-Oh! Master, but a few too many have been posted, so I'm not going to read them all out, quite simply because I don't really want to. How do you come up with your puns? Have you had formal training or comedian lessons? What do you think is the best pun you have ever come up with? They're just something that come naturally. Like usually friends and family just set me up, and then I could just see anything, like if I'm walking to and from work somewhere, then an idea just comes to me just like that. Oh, those are cute.
That's the one she's one I'm hunting down.
This one's hunting squish as usual. I don't know what the best pun is I ever came up with. Actually, wait, yeah, I do. I think the most memorable one, this wouldn't have been on camera or anything, was when I told a pun in front of my brothers, and it drove one of them crazy, and he went, "Ah!" And then I said, "It looks like he went out with a bang." Then, did you go to outside school, or were you homeschooled? No, I've never been homeschooled. I always went out to go to school, like in my youth. Do you like parties? I do like parties, yes.
You're a party animal, you are.
Except after my birthday in 2014, I kind of got put off from holding parties because, like, no fuck all people turned up. Just my brother, my sister-in-law, and my girlfriend at the time, Tash. That was it. Pretty sad, I know, but I figured, well, what's the point if people won't bother showing up? Have you ever been drunk? Oh yes, many times.
Which I've still yet to see.
Oh man!
Probably all the cake.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, there were a few times where getting drunk got so bad that I puked my guts up, but that was because I made the stupid mistake of having different kinds of alcohol, which I don't even remember how many times that happened. But it was pretty bad, so I generally try not to have different kinds of alcohol, but sometimes it happens, and then I don't feel like I've learnt my lesson. But I'm getting better. What do you think about marijuana? It's bad. Drugs are bad. Okay. If you watch South Park, any of you'll know who that is.
Lottie's trashing everything. That's so funny. Lolly, why are you trashing the sofa? Filming, packaging up for me. My proof. That's nice.
This question is quite funny. Do you think the Dark Magician Girl is the most attractive character in Yu-Gi-Oh? Again, I know you have a girlfriend, so just wink for yes and cough for no.
What was that?
This question here. Do you think the Dark Magician Girl is the most attractive character in Yu-Gi-Oh?
It doesn't bother me. I find David Tennant hot, so...
Yeah, that is true.
He was my crush when I first ever saw him. He was, damn. Yeah. You just know that you're never going to get with him, so you can imagine it.
Yeah. Well, I guess to answer the question, I would say yes, if not one of the most attractive. Oh, I'm sorry. 8. If you're a Dark Magician, which character from Yu-Gi-Oh would you say your girlfriend is, and how about your friends from Team Sorcerers? That's kind of hard to say, really. I don't really know which monsters would suit my friends personality-wise. It's hard to say. I mean, for this one, I don't know whether or not I'd say Dark Magician Girl, because obviously Dark Magician Girl is the apprentice of the Dark Magician, and it's more of a master and student kind of deal, nothing romantic at all.
You're my romantic man.
I am, yeah.
What a cute moment.
That's all the questions I'm going to read there, and hopefully no more will be stuck on held for review. And just before I read the actual questions you guys posted, I'm going to answer one that was posted on my Power of the Elements and Crystal Revenge opening left by Gangster of Games Entertainment, because I never got round to answering this in the comments. Are you going to do an Arcanonite deck soon using Raw, Straight and Slasher? If so, try using 3 Raws and a Slasher in your build. You might like it. I knew someone was going to ask me about that. I thought about it, but I decided against it, because I'm just not sure how effective they'll be, especially since Raw Straight Slasher's effect is kind of awkward to use. Like, I feel like if I wanted to use it, I'd need to stick in some level 1, 2, 3 other level 4s and other level 5 monsters to use its effect to nuke the field. I do like that Raw Straight Slasher is better than its anime version, where it floats if it gets destroyed. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it said. So I'm just not sure I will do that, to be honest. And now for the actual questions that you guys have written out. So there's 2 here from Matt and Alison Welch. 1. If Yu-Gi-Oh is still highly played and highly popular for decades to come, even after we've long gone from this world, how much more do you think the game will change and evolve? Do you think it will become like it was in 5Ds, minus the dual runner, even though it would be cool if they do become a thing? I guess it could.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm not quite sure what they could do to change the game, really, besides give us a card with a red border, just like the unplayable Slifer the Sky Dragon. But then again, I'm not really sure anyone would want it to change, because since the 5Ds era, the game just changed and evolved way too much. There's too many different mechanics, and you know, and that can be really overwhelming for either someone who's new to the game or hasn't played for a while. it's just a lot to take in. I mean, I know for this one it was a lot to take in when you got back into it. So
yeah, it's hard still. I'm just really bad with remembering it all.
The best thing to do is just try and.
It's actually the basics that I forget. You know, when I keep saying to you, when do you play this spell?
Yeah.
Like, I've dropped stuff when I'm not supposed to, haven't I? Because I don't know when to use them. A bit like when I think I dropped Regeki, but you said you can't use it yet. It's things like that.
I don't even remember that.
It was something that I tried to drop, but you said, no, you can't use it until your next turn or something, or can't play it. It's all the basics. Maybe I need to read into it.
So, yeah, long story short, the game's just changed and evolved too much already, and it really shouldn't. I know Konami sometimes like to do things to try and keep the game fresh, like introduce new summoning mechanics, but it's just too much now. 2. Since we did get 5Ds and Arc 5 with turbo duels in the anime, do you think one day we could get another anime similar to them, but have them be turbo duels that take place using jets and call them jet duels? Just thought of a name for them. That could be pretty cool, actually, just flying around with jetpacks and dueling. The only issue is, like the possibility of wind blowing the cards out of your hand if you're not careful, and it could be long gone and could land anywhere, basically. But then again, during the Battle City finals, that didn't really stop the quarter-finalists dueling on top of a blimp. Of course, it was nerve-wracking when Joey almost lost a few of his cards, and it was quite funny him catching them only just and nearly falling off. Actually, no, that's not funny. Falling off a blimp, nearly. Anyway, I guess there could be something in the future with a different kind of dueling. Like, see, we've had card games on motorcycles, card games on surfboards, kind of. I guess it's hard to say what they do next. Maybe something like card games on jet skis or something like that. Just duel out on the open ocean. Or something. Either way, I can see Konami or whoever doing something like that. Oops, I nearly skipped a few. Next questions are from Chris Reinhardt. First of all, congratulations again on your win in the Signature Deck Showdown. Thank you, I appreciate that. 1. With that win, would you consider showing your build that you won with? Well, I would, but there's not really much point, because it's just basically my pure Dark Magician deck. I mean, well, I say pure, but it's got 3 branded cards in it. Okay, so it's mostly pure, okay? Not really anything has changed, except the fact that I swapped out Infinite Impermanence for Solemn Strike. I mean, Imperm is good, but I don't know, I still kind of like Solemn Strike better. But, you know, they both have their strengths and weaknesses, so it's hard to say what's better, really. 2. In that showdown, you mentioned this wasn't the build you were meant to play with. What other version did you use in that showdown? Well, I wasn't really going to reveal it until that duel, but since obviously the duel is done and I've achieved the goal and no longer have a reason to play against Endymion, because let's face it, I never want to play against Endymion again. No offence, Endymion players, but I guess I can show you. I took a screenshot of the build so that I could remember how to make it, and I probably can't see it very well, But what's that? Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. I think you can just about see it. Yes, that's right. As you can see... Oh, oops. Oh yeah, the screen's fading out. There's no spells. Yeah, that's right. I decided to be an absolute madman and go into this match with no spells, which makes no sense in a Dark Magician deck. But as I was brainstorming, I was just trying to think, right, how can I overcome his board of negates, Jalgun, and all the floodgates he has? So I figured, well, Nibiru, Gameciel, and Ra Sphere Mode should have that covered. But I know obviously Magician's Right Hand and Secret Village would be a problem. Then again, I don't know if he would have used Secret Village on me, considering I'm playing a spellcaster deck as well. But even if he didn't, then Right Hand was still a problem. So I figured, hey, he can't stop my spells if I'm not playing any spells. Ha ha ha. Okay, and I also used Fallen of Albaz instead of Super Poly, because obviously with Secret Village on the field, I can't activate Super Poly, whereas Magician's Right Hand has that bullshit condition where it can still negate the effect of Super Poly, which makes no sense and does defeat the whole point of Super Poly's gimmick, where it can't be negated. Absolutely raging about that ruling, man.
I'm trying to take some pictures of stuff.
So, Fallen of Albaz is the next best thing to a Super Poly. The only issue is that Jackal King can still negate Fallen, so I'd have to get clever. And yeah, had D barrier to just stop him doing any pendulum shenanigans, Imperm to stop, well, anything really, except Endymion itself. And I also put in Skill Drain, because I figured that would help a lot. Yeah, it does stop my rods and stuff and would turn off Sphere Mode's effect if it's on my side, which wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, I was just willing to do whatever it takes to try and stop him and slow him down. But I know, obviously, if he can resolve Endymion's pendulum effect, it can get rid of any floodgates. Yeah, and I also had Predaplant Trip and Dracostopelia Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, because most of his monsters are dark, as well as Mirrorjade, Lupion, and Titaniclad. So, well, used with Fallen of Albaz, so there's a variety of fusion options that I wanted to go with. And I did put together a side deck for, well, the tournament last week, and I threw something similar together at the last moment, where, well, in the tournament I sided triple Nibiru, triple Godala, because Flunderies, double Sphere Mode, one Pancatrops, triple D-Barrier and triple Skill Drain. I think I've put the exact same side together. I don't think I used Godala though. I can't remember if I put in Gameciel or Imperm. But yeah, basically, all the same, the idea was no spell Dark Magician. I mean, it might have worked, or it might have been a complete disaster. I don't know for sure, but that was basically my anti-Endymion build. But obviously I forgot to put it together. But then again, it's just as well, because like my proper pure build was all I need. Selfie time. 3. Loved your Little City hero deck. Oh, sorry, I thought I was reading it wrong. Make it to Series 8 of the Grand Championship. I wanted to ask why you would still run non-heroes in that build over running other heroes. I would just imagine it would make Super Poly and Honest News even better. But wanted to ask and get your thoughts. Well, I guess I wanted to just keep it similar to how the deck was back in the day. Like obviously Photon Thrasher didn't exist like back in like the late 2000s, but I threw that in anyway, and liked the option of getting rid of his effect under skill drain. So I still wanted to make it as similar as possible to how Little City played back in the day, and just use an old school strategy really, like the Fusion and Xyz plays were just there as a backup option really, and good old Sparkman is in there because I'm a hero Chad, and Freed is pretty nice as well. And also I'm getting into Edison Format 2, got a tournament coming up this Friday, taking Gemini Heroes / Hero Beat. Wish me luck, hope you have some fun getting into that format. I'm sure I will, and good luck to you, a fellow hero player. I salute you. Next 2 questions are from Weber's 5, and oh, there we go, overshot them. First of all, congrats on finally defeating Endymion with your signature deck. Huh, thanks very much, man. It means a lot. 1. Any ideas when we'll start work on your sequel movie? Well, technically, work on it kind of started already back in August. I mean, me and Express Gaming filmed one scene, and I filmed some scenes like on the way to see Emma, like back in November, and then we did a scene together as well. And I recorded like a tiny bit of a scene last night actually. I guess I should start work on it soon, considering I want to get it out later on in the year, but the problem is I've had no time to work on it lately for a number of reasons. Work, doing other things on this channel and the Team Sorcerers channel, getting ready for Christmas, preparing the Dark Magician Grand Championship and the Dark Richicians Grand Championship, as well as trying to plan ahead for some other things that I want to do this year. So it's been a bit overwhelming, and I was even thinking about it last night, and it's starting to get that point where I'm getting worried and stressed that I've not had the time to do anything on the movie. So yeah, I need to come up with the decks that our characters are going to use and send them to you, obviously, so we can sort out how the duels are going to go. That'll be the hardest part. But filming the non-dueling scenes will be a simple task. It's just a question of finding the time to do them. Maybe I'll try and work on it more once I've finished filming and editing Series 8 of the Dark Richicians Deck Grand Championship. 2. I know you dislike my use of Sky Magician for what it did in the War and its ability to turn one of my negates into 2, but do you at least think it was a good idea of a strategy that I came up with? Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, the Sky Magician is ingenious. It is a good use of him, and I do like how it's something that bestial monsters can't banish. So yeah, even though I don't like a lot of the things you do with Endymion, at the same time, I do think it's ingenious. I do like how you come up with some spicy text for the deck still, and come up with some very good, clever strategies. So, yeah, I can respect that.
I don't know how to do it.
And then the last 11 questions are from Gungner. Again, that's one too many questions, but I'll let it slide this time. This week it's more around Dark Side of Dimensions. 1. In Dark Side of Dimensions we never saw Joey duel, but his red eyes was shown. Normally it would mean a print of this card in the Dark Side of Dimensions movie set, but it did not appear, sadly. Do you think this was because Joey never duelled in the movie? I think it might have been, yeah. I mean, I can't think what other reason it could be. Just like how the Winged Dragon of Ra never got a printing from the movie set, while the other two god cards did. 2. Joey hesitated to say to Yugi that he saw a 10, and that a 10 was the reason Joey could escape his inner mind lock from the Plana. I don't even remember that bit. Then again, it's been 4 years since I watched the movie. Why did Joey not tell Yugi about this shorter 10 moment? I actually don't know. Maybe there was just too much going on and he didn't get an opportunity to say anything. I don't know. Maybe I should watch that movie again at some point. 3. Did you know that Dark Side of Dimensions is directly after the manga ends? It is not related in the anime. Its main focus was the story and the ending of the manga story. I did know that, yes.
You've got a lot of questions.
Yeah, there's quite a few. There's not too many left, and then we'll get ready to go.
Oh, this would be a nice picture.
Yeah, it would do. I feel like we should screenshot it.
Yeah, I think you've got to reach to do it.
Oh, that's alright, I'll just play it on my phone later and then take a photo.
Oh yeah, that's the point, yeah.
What was it? Oh yeah, 4. Dark Side of Dimensions had a... what was that? A brilliant graphic drawing? I guess that's what it's meant to say. It would be awesome if you get an OG Yugi related series with the same effects.
I'm going to go and dry my hair so that I'm ready. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to be a pat rude.
Oh, they won't mind.
And I sent you that photo. Could you please send it to me at some point? Because I don't know how to save it from Snapchat. I'm being dense at the moment. Not yet. When you're done.
Yeah, of course.
That nice selfie that I took.
Anyway, to answer the question, yes, I think that would look awesome with the same effects. Yeah, I still would like to see a spin-off with Joey. Pardon me. 4, no, 5. What was your most hated moment of the movie? I mean, I couldn't really think of anything at first, but I would think it would be that guy just mistreating the children who would end up with the Plana. Yeah, the one who was like, "This is all you got, no food for you." Yeah, that guy was a jerk. I hated that. But at least Shardy came in and saved them and gave that what am I trying to say? Well, punished that guy, basically. 6. What do you think about the Plana idea and that they make Shardy master of the Plana? I haven't really thought too much about that idea. Like, I still don't really understand it fully. Like, I'd have to, again, I'd have to watch the movie again. I guess it makes sense that Charlie would be the master of it. He seems like a wise man. 7. What is your opinion about Diva and his powers and character design? Yeah, very sinister and I guess misguided, kind of. Yeah, his powers are pretty scary, like if he can do what he did to Joey and Bakura. Characters design, excellent. 8. What do you think about cubics in general? Yeah, cubics are cool. Yeah, it's pretty fun playing against them. Well, maybe not so much if you're able to pull off an OTK with oh shit, what's the name of the 3K boss monster? Fuck, I forgot. Hang on. This is where I need Edo Pro. Wait, no, it's not Trinity. That's the fusion. Is it Nova? Yeah, it is Crimson Nova, the Dark Cubic Lord. Yeah, it's not so nice if 3 of those come out turn 1. But then again, I know it's not easy to do. It is also kind of a pain that it is unaffected by monster effects with less than 3k attack. But it is quite interesting how both players take 3k. Oh yeah, that's a thought. Like, would they even risk going for an OTK with it? I don't know. Actually, I guess they would, because it is a 3k beta. They can run over most things. Although I will laugh, actually, if it ever gets to a situation where 3 of these end the duel in a draw. Wait, yeah, no. Actually, I guess maybe you just try and go for an OTK with just 2 of them. I don't know, like, obviously I don't play cubics myself, so, like, I wouldn't know the first thing about how to play them. I mean, I've played against them a few times before, but, I don't know, like, I wouldn't know the first thing about using them myself. Oh yeah, 9. Do you think the final villain in Darksided Dimensions was Bakura's spirit or Diva possessed by the evil powers of the ring itself? I feel like it might be the evil powers of the ring. Because, I'm not really sure I got any Yami Bakura vibes from him. This final villain just seems more angry and power hungry, whereas Bakura's like Yami Bakura's like somewhat cool, calm, collected, a bit more cocky. How do I describe it? And doesn't really lose his shit until near the end of a duel where he's about to lose. although there are some points where he just laughs evilly. Like, I don't know, yeah. What I'm trying to say, basically, is that Yami Bakura seems more chilled out than Diva with the evil powers of the ring, basically. Where it's like, now I will summon the creature of your ultimate destruction. Whereas evil Diva's like, perish, you fools! 10. Do you think we will ever know about the duel, Atem versus Seto ending, and which was the winner, or if Kaiba could ever come back to his dimension? I mean, I'd like to think Kaiba would come back and not just die right there and then. I don't know if we will get one, because it's like, well, if Atem wins, then Kaiba's just going to keep back trying, keep coming back to try again and again, whereas if he does win, then I don't know, I feel like it wouldn't be satisfying for fans of the protagonist. It's hard to say. I feel like it's best that it's left on an ambiguous note. And the final question. Did you know that there is a Dark Side of Dimensions manga that was telling a story before the Dark Side of Dimensions movie? It was shown a showdown between Sarah and Kaiba and the creation of Duel Links. I did not know that, no. That's pretty interesting. And yeah, that is it for questions in this episode. Thank you very much for your guys' questions. If you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post in the comments down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.